Morning watchers, Scott at SA Landscaping. I'm going to show you one thing that can ruin your grass cutting day, and I'm going to also show you how to stop that happening. So this is a cherry tree, and these little circles, what I've drawn on, are where the roots have started to penetrate the ground. Anybody who knows, cherry trees, they're shallow rooted and they push up, and eventually, like here, they even push up the pavement. Look at the roots there. But coming down here with the grass cutter, once that gets a bit of growth on, you ain't going to see it, but your blades are, and they're going to be ruined within one pass. So the plan is today is just to whip the tops off these, just so that they're just below the surface and they won't cause any damage. Now, cemeteries like this, as I've said, yes, there's another one up here. Cherry trees are lovely, nice, they get a blossom on for not a great deal of time, but in the spring it's something for 3 to 4 weeks if you're lucky, and the winds keep away, they can be quite nice. But unfortunately, and there's a couple more, they are not ideal for cemeteries. That root there, I'm not going to take that out because that'll hurt the tree, but I'm taking the smaller ones out. That can be trimmed round. Ideally in cemeteries or anywhere where you've got grass and things, they want to be street trees really, and things like Sorbus area is a good tree that I've put in the past. The roots tend to go down and stay small, but like I say, these were planted a lot of years ago, and it's one of those, it's someone else's problem, but it's my problem today. And this bad boy, the Camon SG30 stump grinder, is gonna do the task. With this up here, what you've got is these little steel bits here. Now you can turn these round, so once they're worn on that side, you just spin them round slightly, and then they work off that side, and then they work off that side, so you get quite a lot of time out of these. I think I replaced one set in 2 years, and if you spin it round, you've got 2, 4, 6, 8. Now sometimes you have to replace all the wearing parts, but I've only replaced these things here to the tune of about £60 I think it cost, which sounds a lot for a bit of steel, but it's specialist. So let's go and get these pieces of tree root taken out. all I've done is put a bit of soil in, and what we will do is we shall come back in a week's time once the final frosts have gone, put a bit of seed on. Happy days. So, stump grinding, that isn't a paid job, and what I mean is this time of year, sort of a week out before the heavy grass cutting starts, the week in week out grass cutting, I go around my sites, I pick up any branches, any big branches that's going to damage the blades, make piles or put them through the chipper if I've got the chipper in the back. And anything that I find like that near trees and things, I just go around and inspect, because if you're like me, yes, you know where they are and you wouldn't run over them, but staff will. Staff won't take as much care of your blades, and they'll bring a machine back in bits. So it just makes it easier if I go around, do the tidy up, spend a couple of days on jobs like that, and it just means that you've got no hazards that's going to pop up and nothing that's going to smash your blades to bits. In some of the cemeteries, you can understand that we won't rake every cemetery and every branch, so what I tend to do is, this time of year, is I'll leave an old set of blades on a machine and just go around, and then the small branches and things will just get cut up on the first visit, and then you change your blades afterwards for regular grass cutting. It just saves you a bit of money rather than ploughing through with new blades on a newly serviced machine and trash them to bits on week one. So yeah, that's the stump grinder. It's been a good investment. It's made some good money, but as well as that, it's saved me a lot of money, because a set of blades for mowers, for small mowers, 30 quid, for large mower it can be 70, 80 quid, and it just takes one grind on there where you get it stuck on a tree root and it's going round and round, blunting, and before you know it, that machine is out of action. So that's the reason I do it, and that's the reason I spend a couple of days just tidying up the sites and everything. So it will be on to the next one now. So thanks for watching, and we will see you on the next one.